Now, we have an interesting conversation this morning on Wake Up Nigeria, and it's with Lion TOLULOPE Shembanjo. Now, he is the youngest district governor in the Lions Club. But that's not just it. Well, that's just not. He's also someone who believes in service first, creating a lasting impact. That's what he's known for. And besides that, he's also very keen on branding, administration, as well as membership growth. So that's why he's also called BAM DG. It really is a pleasure to have him in the studio this morning.
Thank you.
How are you doing today?
Fine, thank you. Good morning. Thank you for having me here.
So when people hear governor, the first thing they think of is, okay, governor of Central Bank, no. Governor of Lagos State or governor of a state, no. But then many people forget that there's also the governor of Lions Club.
Yes.
Now, Lions Club is one that many people come across from when they're in school and then probably move on and forget about it. Yeah. But then I'm seeing what you wrote about branding, administration, membership growth. Tell me more about those three key factors. Okay,
so firstly, let me start by saying that Lions International is the largest service organization in the world. True. We have about 1.4 million members in about 49,000 clubs and in about 200 countries and geographical areas.
Amazing.
In Nigeria, we have about 10,000 Lions, but we see that currently we do not have that visibility that we require for all the good work that we do as Lions. So that is why I decided to put branding as one of my main areas to focus on as district governor. And we've been able to achieve some milestone. We've been able to do a lot of publicity. Being here today is one of those milestones, and I want to thank TVC for allowing us to be here.
It's our pleasure.
And for administration, we've been able to create a structure where Lions are able to access resources timely. And for membership growth, this year, so far, we have been able to add about 336 members. We've grown our membership by about 14% in our district. So we're doing
huge.
A lot of good work in terms of membership growth. And we've chartered a lot of clubs. We've chartered about 9 clubs in our district this service year.
Now, your district is 404. B2.
Yes.
Now, what does that stand for? Like, what's the 404? Then the B, okay. Is there a B1? Is there a B3?
Okay, so
those of us who don't know much
let
about
me take you down history. Lionism started in Nigeria in 1964 through the efforts of the late Pa Akintola Williams. And then we became a district officially in 1984. Okay. And that is where the name 404 came from. So it was District 404. Okay. But currently we have 6 districts in Nigeria from the first 404. So we have 404 A2, A3, A4, 404 B2, B3, and B4. So I happen to be the district governor for District 404 B2 Nigeria.
So and B2 makes sense now.
This year we'll be celebrating 40 years as a district and 60 years of Lionism in Nigeria.
Wow, 40 years as a district. Yes. How do you feel being a part of that history?
It feels nostalgic, given that I was not even born when that happened. But being part of the program now gives me some sense of responsibility of how far we have been able to grow from just one district to having 6 districts in Nigeria.
There was an award won at the All-African Conference in Morocco. How do you feel about that?
It just gives me some sense of pride that people will appreciate what we do. And then I want to thank Lions of District 404B2 for their contribution, because I couldn't have done it without the support of all the Lions in our district. And it's just a challenge for us that we can do more. So
Tell us more about the award as well.
So it's a membership growth award or membership growth recognition for being the district that has chartered the most clubs between the first quarter of the Lions service year. We chartered about 3 clubs at that time, and we were being recognized for that effort. Now,
for you, I know people have their story in the Lions Club. Did you start as an Alpha Leo? Did you start as a Leo? Or did you start joining the Lions Club itself? For people who don't know, there are actually stages to this. So could you tell us more about that? Okay, so for Lions International, we have about 3 stages of membership. So we have the Alpha Leos, which are students or children between the ages of 14 to 18. Then we have the Omega Leos, who are between the ages of 18 to 30. And once you're 30, you're advised to join a Lions Club. So I started my own personal journey in the Lions program as a Leo far back in 2006 when I was still in the university. And then I grew through the ranks. Yes, Omega Leo. Yes. So I grew through the ranks. When I left school, I joined a community-based Leo club. Okay.
And then when I was above 30, I joined the Keja Dynamic Lions Club and got a lot of appointments at the district. And then ultimately, I became the youngest district governor in Africa.
I have a lot of questions, especially for those who don't really know much about the Lions Club. But before we go into those questions, tell me more about the LCIF. I think that's the Assisted Hunger Project.
Yes.
Please tell me more about it.
Okay, so the Lions Clubs International Foundation is a foundation that assists lions to be able to carry out projects or service activities where there's a need for them to assist them. So recently we got a grant from the Lions Club International Foundation to carry out a hunger relief project. We had one in December in Ikeja local government where we donated food items to about 500 families.
Wow.
And then the second phase of that project was held in Ilorin, Kwara State during the joint district convention we had. And that was held in February where we donated food items to another 500 families. And these beneficiaries were grateful. We all know that there's a lot of hunger in the land. And these funds that we received from LCIF has enabled us to create a lasting impact in the lives of those that we have served, particularly in Lagos and Ilorin. However, we have a project for the year, which is to build a food bank in Lagos State.
Nice.
And that will serve about 100,000 people annually. And we have written to the Lagos State government to see how we can partner on this. We even met with the governor, and he has assured us of his support. And we hope for a positive feedback.
So the food bank is going to be operated how? How will you run it?
So the food bank is going to be operated by Lions in Lagos. And we have three categories. First is that the food bank will be like a stop shop for people who need food to visit the food bank and then they can get food. The second one is in terms of outreaches. We'll be able to move food items that we get from our donors. We'll be able to go into communities where they lack necessary food and we'll be able to give them. And the third one is we'll capitalize on technology. We'll have an app. We're trying to partner with Hungry App where people can just search for where there's a
food bank.
Food or where there's food and then they can go there and pick up the food.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So I said I was going to ask you some questions about the Lions Club, and so one thing I know for sure is back then in secondary school, the Leos, it was a prestigious club.
Yes.
And
even
the people, it is a prestigious club. And even the people that come to give talks and all, you could tell that they are successful people. And so there's always that thing, the mindset that for you to be a member of the Lions Club, it means you're successful to an extent, I dare say. And so it makes me really curious about something. Is it that the Lions Club pulls its people up to be or remain successful? Or is it that you have to be successful to be a part of the Lions Club?
So in the Lions Club, we say that you have to be able to contribute your time, your talent, and your treasure before you can be a Lion.
Treasure. Interesting.
So I think what you're asking is about the treasure. So you don't necessarily have to have the millions or the billions to become a lion. All of us contribute our resources, we pull them together, and we're able to make service activities or create impacts in our community. So you don't have to have all the monies, but to an extent, you have to be privileged to serve the less privileged.
True, true. And then, of course, there are dues to be paid and all. So but it's quite impressive what the Lions Club has been able to achieve in the country and even all over the world. I must congratulate you for that. And yes, we mustn't forget, youngest governor.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
All right, at this point, we have reached the top of the hour on Wake Up Nigeria. Thank you so much for your time. TOLULOPE. All right, we'll be back on the other side of the hour. Just stay with us.